How's it going, guys? And welcome back to our NHL 25 Be a Pro Goalie series with our goalie, Dale Adams. In the previous episode, we must have started off the second round here against the Buffalo Sabres, and we are currently down in the series 2-1. In the first round, apparently, I looked and we beat the Toronto Maple Leafs in 7, so that's pretty exciting. But I figured, you know what? With the Stanley Cup playoffs literally just like, I don't know, 36, 48 hours away, um, I figured now would be the perfect time to jump back into this for a little bit. Um, been doing a lot of MLB. I wanted to jump back into NHL and keep continuing our playoff journey. I honestly, to be honest, did not know that we were in the playoffs. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play some NHL. Haven't played that in a bit. Don't feel like playing MLB. Um, and I loaded in. We're in the playoffs, so perfect with the playoffs literally right around the corner. But not sure how many games we'll do in this one. I think maybe we'll do one or two. Just depends on how fast the first game goes. But yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there and jump into the game. So without further ado, let's jump in, see how the sim goes. We are at home. First period. Ooh, 4-2. Not good. And we've already been pulled. Okay, so we might as well just finish the game here. Okay, 5-2. You'll love to see it. Down 3-1 in the series. Immediately, right off the rip. And, oh, Jesus. Now I know why I don't enjoy playing NHL anymore. I remember. Just mash buttons. Mash buttons. I don't care. I don't care. Mash buttons. I'm so sick of these stupid conversations that happen literally every time. You forget about it when you don't play for a bit, and then as soon as you jump in, they like to throw it right back at you. Okay, on the brink of elimination. This might be a very quick playoff episode. All right, first period. 2-0. There you go. Second period. 3-0. Okay. Trying to stave off elimination. Going into the third period of game 5, I believe. Yeah. Yep. Game 5. That's what it would be if we're down 3-1. So let's jump in here. All right. Jumping into the start of third period here. Up 3-0. Pretty even in shots. I have not played this since the last time I recorded a video, which was a couple of months ago now, probably at this point. So, should be interesting to see. Good shot there from Malkin. Obviously, like I was saying, the real-life NHL is wrapping up tonight as of the time I'm recording this. Very unfortunate for any Columbus Blue Jackets fans. I was honestly kind of hoping you guys would get it over Montreal. I just feel like it would have been nice if you guys could have made the playoffs with everything with the Goudreaus before the beginning of this season. I feel like that would have been a nice... Oh, that almost was an EA cheese goal right there. But yeah, I was like, oh, that would have been a nice way to end the season. Even if they didn't make it far, which I doubt they would have, still would have been nice to be like, hey, we made the playoffs for Johnny and his brother, you know. But unfortunately, just not how it went. Congratulations to Montreal, though. I always root for Montreal, you know. I always root for Montreal just because back when I was younger, I was subscribed to a YouTube channel called the Iceman Games. And I absolutely loved his channel. I found his channel right when I was getting into hockey, so I would have been like 14, 15, somewhere around there. And he really was a big factor on why I got engaged with hockey as much as I did, and started learning the rules about it. And he was very one of those content creators that's is big number, like, you know, compared to somebody who didn't have a channel, and especially now. But also, like, he wasn't so big that like your comment just immediately goes into the void when you comment. Like, you know your comment's gonna be seen just because like he doesn't have that many people on his channel constantly commenting and everything. So like, I'd always ask questions like, oh, I'm new to hockey, what's this and how does this work? And he was always very helpful with it. And he was a Montreal Canadiens fan. So there we go. Nice blocker save. But yeah, so I was always asking him questions. He was always very helpful. And unfortunately he doesn't upload anymore. And I still to this day don't know the 100% answer because like his YouTube channel got deleted, his social media accounts got deleted, and there's some re-uploads. Like if you, nice blocker, if you YouTube search the Iceman Games NHL, you should find it. Some of his content re-uploaded. I knew that shot was coming. I knew it. I moved over to the right too, but I think because I was still down in the butterfly, that's why my guy couldn't glove it. Because yeah, you can see I moved right back there. But I think because I was in that sliding motion too, my guy just couldn't read the play. Because yeah, he reacted so late with that glove. But that's okay. We still got a 2-goal cushion. Hopefully we can hold on to it. But yeah, so I heard two things with the Iceman Games. I heard that he had a kid, which if I remember right, his wife was pregnant at the time. But also I could just be misremembering that. But I heard he had a kid and then just was like, you know, I need to focus on my family, do all this. But I have also heard that he got into like a really bad car accident and actually died. And his wife posted something on his Twitter very briefly and announced that, and then deleted all his stuff. But the thing with that is like, that's why I believe that, unfortunately, I believe he did pass away. Because I feel like if he deleted his channel at some point, it's been years now, his kid would have been, you feel like his kids would be old enough now, his kid or kids would be old enough now where he'd be like, hey, here's what, I'm back, you know, and I don't feel like he would have deleted everything. I feel like maybe he would have just like, I don't know, logged out of everything. You know, if he didn't pass away, I feel like he would have been like, hey, I'm done with content for a while. And this is why, you know, I don't feel like he would have deleted all his stuff if it was because he was having a kid or whatever. So unfortunately, I do think he did pass away. So that kind of sucked, especially because like I'll never know the full legitimate reason. Like I said, there were some people who commented and were like, oh, his wife posted on his Twitter that he passed away and whatever. But it's like, I've never seen proof of it. Nobody's shown any proof. And obviously I don't know his real name. But yeah, it's just one of those situations where one of your favorite YouTubers, like, they just stop uploading and you never, especially because you never will know the 100% reason why. So it's just kind of like a little disheartening. But the main point of that story is that I'm happy for the Montreal Canadiens. Kind of a long-winded way of going about saying that, but I always root for the Montreal Canadiens because of the Iceman Games. Wherever he is, whether he's still with us or not, I always root for him. So I'm excited. Going to the bench, going to the empty net is what I was about to say. But yeah, I always root for Montreal, but gotta feel for those Columbus fans, especially because I feel like going into the season, nobody expected them to be that close to a playoff spot. I don't feel like anybody did. But speaking of that, talk about freaking close to a playoff spot. Boston and New York Rangers not being anywhere near a playoff spot. Especially Boston. Boston was dead last in the East. Here we go. Troy Terry passes it back to Brian Rust, and he gets his second goal of the game. Troy Terry, very unselfish play there. And that should give us the win, hopefully, but there's still time. I could screw the pooch. But yeah, I mean, and I just kind of find it funny. Boston had all that crap at the beginning of the season with Jeremy Swayman and his contract, and they finally signed him to his big boy, like $70 million deal or whatever it was, and they are dead last in the Eastern Conference. And then New York Rangers, President's Trophy winners 1 season ago, next season not even in the playoffs. But, I mean, they did start to rebound there for a little bit, but I just think it was too little too late at that point. Their struggles at the beginning of the season were just too much to come back from. But I guess I can't really be too upset. I'm a Blackhawks fan. I'm used to disappointment. I've had many seasons of disappointment. But I guess I can't really complain also, because the first full year I watched hockey was the same year Chicago won the Cup. And there are plenty of people way older than me who have been supporting their team way longer who have yet to see their team win a cup. So I think it's okay if I deal with some struggling years, considering I've gotten to see my team in the playoffs and see them win the cup. So, but we pick up a big win here. 3-1 victory, or 4-1 victory, excuse me, with that empty netter. We're not being eliminated yet, at least. But I'm going to go back to the main menu and simulate to the next game, and I will see you at the start of the third period of Game 6. All right, folks, we're jumping into the third period here, and the sim was not our friend. We are jumping into the third period here, down 3-0. Just like the previous game, only it's not us in the lead. So it does look like, unless our team can come up big here, which, considering the only goal they scored in the last game was the empty netter, I doubt it. But unless they can score big, this will be the end of our season, but that's okay. We'll just see if we can stop the puck, keep it a 3-0 game. Nice save, backhand. Well, there you go. Definitely over now. There's no way we're scoring 4. That's quite unfortunate, but it is what it is, you know. It is what it is. I forgot you can't skip those cutscenes. Okay, well, this was kind of a very, very bad episode. We had the terrible start to Game 5, or Game 4. Didn't even play that one because we got absolutely lit up. Then we had a good victory in Game 5, and now Game 6 we are pulled immediately. But I don't really feel like doing anything else, so we're going to sit here for a bit and we're going to watch this. Because I don't want to play any other games, and this video's only been going for a little over 13 minutes, excuse me. But honestly, maybe a quick video wouldn't be too bad. We'll go till the 10-minute mark, and then we'll jump out, see if we can get a goal by the 10-minute mark, so at least we don't get shut out. And if we haven't scored by then, or regardless of if we scored or not, we'll jump out. But yeah, very unfortunate ending to the season there, but it is what it is. I'm not really upset at all. I do think we might try and get 1 or 2 more seasons in with this, probably 1, before we call it a day with the NHL 25 Be a Pro Goalie series. And if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm done with the skater series. I'm done with our Everett Scott skater series. I don't have fun. Yeah, as a skater, you can control the situation more and you can actually win games more and whatnot. But it's just, I don't know, it's just not as fun. Like, Be a Pro Goalie is the most annoying thing I've ever played. It's always annoying, especially because EA is absolutely atrocious with their NHL games. They don't know. Like, you watch the AI and you just watch, like, you watch the AI now and then you watch the AI in front of you when you're in net, and you honestly think to yourself, do the people who made this game even know, like, what hockey is? Do they watch the game? Or were they just told a very brief description of what it is and they made a whole game based around it? Like, there's great things about this game. Like, the graphics are somewhat decent. I mean, I don't know, they update their rosters somewhat consistently. That's pretty much all I can think of. I think the hut mode, oh, there we go, on the board. Good job, Zooks. I do feel like the online frickin' hut modes and all that stuff really has ruined sports games. The only thing I can think of that's good is Diamond Dynasty. I don't play Diamond Dynasty, but the thing I like about San Diego Studios is that, yes, they heavily market their, like, buy packs. You don't have stubs for packs? Buy stubs and then buy packs. But at least when you open that game, you aren't given a frickin' pop-up that you have to manually close out of, shoving like, oh, season number 2, buy these packs, get this card. At least you don't have to like see that in your face and manually have to close out of it. Yeah, sometimes when you open up MLB, it's like, hey, season 2 of Diamond Dynasty or whatever, or hey, we have this pack set available that you can buy. You know, like, but they never have like a message that pops up on the screen that you physically have to back out of. Like, I know Madden does that all the time. EA's done it before. 2K does it all the time. At least whenever I seem to play it, I always open it up and there's a freaking thing in there being like, hey, it's like season 17,000 of freaking My Team mode or whatever. I don't know. My main point is that I don't like those online card things. Diamond Dynasty is the only one that I see somewhat of value in, because they don't constantly shove it in your face. They're not only focusing on that mode. If San Diego Studios was only putting their time and effort into making Diamond Dynasty fun and enjoyable for the people who enjoy that, then I'd be annoyed by it. But the fact that you can actually see that they're somewhat trying to improve modes year to year, or fix things that people complain about, or at least trying to make things fun every year, that's all I care about. As long as the company is showing some level of building up from previous games or fixing things from previous games or whatever, that's all I care about. But EA, they don't care. They have the only rights to freaking Madden, so they don't need to improve on that. They have the only rights to NHL. They don't need to improve on that. And 2K has, I mean, EA Sports can do freaking NBA games, I'm pretty sure, with NBA Live or whatever it is. But they know it's not going to sell anywhere near as well as 2K will. So 2K has a monopoly on the NBA. It shouldn't be allowed for video game companies to have sole rights of a sports franchise gaming rights, you know? Like, EA should not be able to be the only company that can make NHL video games or Madden video games. And 2K should not be the only company that can make or NBA games or WWE games, you know? And like I said, I know EA has their own NBA thing, but like, come on. Nobody's going to buy. If somebody has to pick between NBA Live and NBA 2K, they're going to pick NBA 2K every time. Just because that's the bigger, better name. But anyway, I know I said I'd stop at the 10-minute mark, but I'm in a ramble, so. And besides, we haven't done an NHL video in a while, and maybe you guys want to hear me ramble. If not, you can drop a comment saying, dude, you should have just quit out after you got pulled. But I don't think most of you guys will mind this one. If you guys aren't watching this video, that's okay too. I know you guys will probably, I know if I uploaded MLB, you guys would probably watch. I'd probably get more views on it than I probably will with this video, but that's okay. I don't really care about views. I mean, obviously it's nice when a video gets a lot of views and a lot of attention, but I mean, I really don't care. Oh, excuse me. I'm really just doing this to the end of 2025, and if we haven't really gotten any growth, any more growth by the end of this year, then we'll be done with this channel anyway. Not because I want to be done, but because at some point you just got to realize that it's not gonna uh, be a bigger thing like you want it to, and you just got to kind of realize where you're at and move on. So, which if I have to do that, it'll suck, but you know, sometimes you got to. But we'll have to see. We still got like half the year left. We still got over half a year left before I have to worry about that. My main goal by the end of this year is to have over 1,000 subs. If we can do that, then that'll be a reason why I stick around. But if not, well, I've given this like 5 or 6 or 7 years, however long it's been. Especially this year, I'm trying to be fully consistent, uploading 3 videos a week every week for the entire year, unless there's like a big reason why I can't. So I'm hoping that with that level of consistency throughout the year, that'll be what pushes us over 1,000 subs, and then from that point we can just build off of it. But I don't know. We're not going to worry about it till we have to worry about it. Like I said, if I do have to give up on this channel, I will be upset. It's not like I'm going to be like, yes, I don't have to do videos for this channel anymore. No, I'll be very upset. But like I said, sometimes you just got to know when to be done. So if we got to be done, if I got to be done after the end of this year, at the end of 2025, then hey, I gave it a shot. Got a lot farther in the 5, 6, 7 years I've been doing this than I thought I would have. So I can end this channel and be like, you know what? I'm happy with what I did. You know, I got way more subscribers than I thought I would. There's a lot of people who've done it way longer than I have and don't have as many subscribers as I have. So always something positive to look at. We're going to sim until we see who wins the Stanley Cup. Okay, simulate. Here we go. Like 3 days later, and we're finally getting this conversation with a reporter. Spam X. I don't care. These conversations are pointless. Yeah, kind of. And like, that's the thing too. How come EA doesn't put the updated logo of the Penguins behind them? Why do they have the old logo? They haven't had the old like faded yellow Penguins logo since the end of the frickin' 15-16 season. They've had the bright yellow on their logo since the 16-17 season when they brought it back. I don't know why they have that. Just seems like they're like, oh, well, we don't want to put the new one in. We have this, use it, you know. We still have this one that we can use, throw it in there. That really seems what it is. They just had that asset laying around still, and they're like, just use it, throw it in there. Okay, interesting. Edmonton and Chicago in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, right. That won't happen, at least not for a long time in real life. Especially not 2027. If Chicago's in the conference finals in 2027, then they've definitely improved, that's for sure. We're going to simulate up to here. See what happens. See who wins the cup. Buffalo, okay. And then the Lee Valley Phantoms win the AHL Calder Cup. Oh, geez. What does this lady want again? Okay, I don't care. Skip. Okay. But honestly, though, if NHL 26 isn't any different, then I will not be playing it. I will not. because I'm tired of buying the same crappy game every year. And to be honest, the only reason I have continued to buy NHL, even though I know it's going to be the exact same every year, is because of this channel. So that's, I don't know. But let's look at the um, awards and stuff, and then we'll wrap it up. So we'll check out the playoff tree, see how it went. So Chicago beat Edmonton in 6 games. Buffalo swept the Islanders. And then Buffalo beat Chicago in 7 games. Okay, a Buffalo-Chicago finals. Honestly, that sounds very boring. Going off of where both those teams are in real life, that would be the most boring Stanley Cup finals, I would think. And that's coming from a Blackhawks fan. But looking at the awards, okay, so we're in year 3. Okay. Florida has won it 3 years had won it 3 years in a row. Did they even make the playoffs? No, they didn't. Okay, so they missed the playoffs entirely. So they won the Stanley Cup 3 years in a row. They won it the first two years of this series, and then Buffalo won it. Boston won the President's Trophy. They wish they could have done that in real life. Then the Jets. Maple Leafs won the President's Trophy this year. We beat them in round 1. Chicago with the Clarence S. Campbell Bowl. First it was Vegas, then Colorado, then Chicago. Then the Prince of Wales went to Buffalo. And as you can see, the last 4 years it has went to Florida. So, okay. Art Ross went to Matthews. Matthews wins the Hart. James Norris went to McCarr, 3rd year in a row. Lady Bing went to Quinn Hughes. Calder went to Lekaramaki. Okay. Conn Smythe went to Darlene. Vesna went to Skinner. Stu Skins. The Jennings went to Stolars. Masterton went to Bogosian. Selke went to Barkov. Lindsay went to Matthews. And the Richard went to Matthews. Okay, so an eventful year for Matthews, but he still doesn't have a Stanley Cup. You can win all the President's Trophies and all the awards you want, but when you can't win the Stanley Cup, does it really matter? I want to see what Chicago's got rocking here. So we did lose to the eventual Stanley Cup winners, so that's, at least we lost to the best. Artemi Panarin back on Chicago. Man, I wish. Bertuzzi's still there. I forgot how slow these menus are. Bedsy still there, 21 years old. Matt Duchene. Jesper Fast, however you pronounce it. Lucas Reichel. Seth Jones, so glad he's gone. Kevin Korchinski. JVR, interesting. Philip Kershev. Jacob Chikrin. Evander Kane, okay. So they got a Kaner back in Chicago, just not the one that I would want. Mikheyev, Nazar, Faxa, Vermont, Vlasic, Allen, Doc, Kaiser. Okay, so a lot of real life pieces still, but also a lot of pieces that definitely are not there in real life. Check out their Tendy situation. Meso and Mrazek. Okay, so Mrazek no longer there in real life. I think Kameso is still there. So I don't think we traded him at all. I know Mrazek, we sent him to Detroit. So, okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that will do it for this episode. We still got to the 30-minute mark. Sorry, this episode was pretty much just me rambling the entire time. But honestly, I'm not too upset that we got eliminated. If we do more of this series, then, like I said, we'll probably do one more season and then be done. But if not, then I think this was a good way to end this series. Obviously, we didn't win a Stanley Cup, but that's okay. I still had fun with it while we did it, if this is the last episode, but I'm not sure about that yet. But yeah, I do apologize that there wasn't actual more gameplay. We got one game in there, and then like 30 seconds of another before we got pulled. So unfortunate that we couldn't get more actual gameplay in there, but you know, you still got to watch that full game even though we weren't playing. So it is what it is. Hopefully you guys still did enjoy this episode. If you did and haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that bell to turn on all notifications so you never miss a future one of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, take care.